Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Fat Guy Flies RC. Well, going to unbox another plane here for you. Sent to me by Banana Hobby. Thank you, Banana Hobby. This is the X-Fly Sirius. Now, I've had this jet many years ago when it was first released and got it from BitGo Hobby. I have no explanation as to what has happened with BitGo Hobby, but it's like they have fallen off the map. So I don't know. They have no restock. I don't know if they're still working or not. But anyways, I had this one. I sold it to a buddy of mine, and like I do, you know, lots of times I'll sell a plane, and I'm like, man, I wish I hadn't sold that because I want it back. Well, Banana Hobby said, hey, you know what? We'd like you to review it. So they cut me a really great deal on it, and they sent it out to me. So, all right, it's like it's a sport jet, very stable plane. They call it the wheelie machine. But of course, it's made of typical, you know, EPO foam. Runs on a 4 to 5,000. It's got 1,100 millimeter wingspan, 43 inches, 51, almost 52 inches long. It's 80 millimeter 12 bladed fan. She's running a 3280 with a KV 2200 brushless end runner, 100 amp ESC. The center of gravity is about 140, 145 millimeters back from the leading edge. Now, that more than likely is the leading edge root, not the leading edge of the wing. And the root is where the front of the wing, because they are angled in, touch the fuselage. Of course, it's got the Oleo suspension struts and everything. Yeah, 6-channel. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. I'm hoping it's a big red, white, and blue plane. 80 millimeter EF Sirius. All right. I got it upside down here. Well, that's good because on the back side there's Velcro and all your little nuts and bolts. So I'm opening it up upside down apparently. Hard to tell. Mark. Oh no, I guess I did have it right. Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Get it out of the foam coffin. I will tell you, the X-Fly product, you know, is an awesome product. And the only reason that I sold it the first time was that my buddy at Club was just, I felt sorry for him. He wanted a jet that I know was a good stable jet. I didn't necessarily want to sell it, but I knew he could handle it, and so I sold it to him. And I'm like, man, I wish I hadn't sold that. But he was happy with it while it lasted, and then from what I understand, he crashed it. So, anyways, he had a friend. He had the trainer, club trainer, and they worked a lot of sessions on it, and he was doing well with it. But anyway, that's water under the bridge now. Okay, you are going to have to hook up the nice metal balling, not plastic. I didn't notice that before. Hard wheels, but that's always the way it is. Nice quick connects for the wings. Going to have to hook up the flaps. Well, that's that little bag of goodies. And like all these X-Fly, you can see the individual cells of the foam, but you can't feel it. I mean, the workmanship is they let it really cook a nice long time there. You've got looks like a mechanical hinge, not a foam hinge on that aileron, but that is a pinch hinge with laminate on the flap, so that's good. Okay. Sorry if my voice sounds raspy or weak. I have been very ill. I went from a stomach virus that gave me horrible diarrhea, and I missed a couple of days from work, and then that went into a head cold with fever, and I'm just trying to get over this so I can get back to work. I've missed For me, missing 2 days of work is horrible. And we are so short-handed. And like a lot of people are, a lot of places, everybody's hurting for help. But anyways, but yeah, I just, whenever I call out sick from work, I feel like I've just let everybody down. And I will put myself on the poop list for a while. Alright. But, it is what it is. I don't want to go to work and give it to everybody else either at the same time, so. Not to do anybody any services or any favors if I make them sick. So, whenever you're unboxing these things, kind of take a mental note. You know, the wings are on one side, which is kind of obvious. Try to keep up with your phone and how it all goes back together. Because, you know, heaven forbid, there's a problem and you have to put it all back in there. And these pieces of the puzzle, you know, you'll make sure you get them all back in the right. Okay. Nice magnetic nose cone with a nice hard nose. Ah. Now see, on that side there, they could have put the manual, excuse me, and not had it folded, but oh well. I don't usually keep up with the manuals anyways. Ventral fins go underneath. You have 2 wing spars, one for the tail, and one for the main wing. Oh yeah, I remember how much fun this plane is now. On your elevators, oh good, I'd forgotten about this too. Nice mechanical hinges on your elevator. Yeah, oh that's good. That's already hooked up. So it looks like flaps are going to be the only thing going to have to hook up. Okay. Alright. Always look over everything. Okay. Alright, we're going to pause real quick while I put my debris together. Okay, we're back. I didn't figure you need to watch me put the box back together. Very nice fuselage. Very nice. The only unpainted part is the white. Everything else is painted. X-Fly makes awesome motors. They really do. They really do. Rudder's hooked up for you. So you got 12-bladed end runner in there. Okay. All right. XT90. Oh, this is something else I'd forgotten about. Yeah, I don't remember why I missed this plane. They got this great shelf right here for your receiver. Okay, so you got everything you need. Everything is labeled clearly for you. Even the servo here, the servo wire for your front gear, that's glued down in there. That's just a nice little touch. That's little things you don't see, you know, in the advertisement. All right. That's, yeah. And the nice thing about that is you got that metal there. That way you can stand this plane up in the corner, you know, for storage. All right, now let's take a look at, well, you know what? This is nothing to put together. Let's just go ahead and just put it together. Why even make another film? We're just combine them all into one film. Make sure I'm not throwing any. These little metal trays are awesome. And it even gives you the tool. It's a 2mm hex drive. And they even give you a little Allen wrench to use. And it looks like all the screws all look to be the same length. All right. Let me just peruse this real quick. Okay, we'll pause real quick. All right, we're back. All right, real quick, we're going to go ahead and put this together. And it won't take nothing to put this together. Just need your little, I'm going to go ahead and use a 2mm hex drive. I would start, I mean, really, putting these EDFs are together pretty simple. You're going to take your wing spar for your elevator. Okay, you've got your 2 servo connectors back here. Now, they've got these pigtails on there, and what I call pigtail, little quick connects. And they got, see those little prongs there? Those are nice, those prongs, because those are nice because they lock in your connection. Now remember, anytime you're hooking 2 servos up, okay, your servo is, the polarity is always light to light, dark to dark. So I'm going to plug this here in that 1 servo connector I just showed you on each side, okay, for both of them. And I'm gonna hook up the light colored wire, or the yellow wire, the light wire, to the yellow wire that's here. So I look at it, line it up on my spar, okay. And I'm sorry, like I say, my voice is weak. I've just been absolutely in bed and sick and feeling terrible. And I just can't fly and go to the field like that. Especially if I call out work from work, you know, so that wouldn't be right. So, but I can manage to come down here and do a man cave video. I'm not supposed to be. I'm off tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't be working tonight, anyways. All right. Go ahead and take them. The screws have a very obvious bottoming out point. And the nice thing about it is you're going metal threads, okay? Metal threads, okay? Light to light, dark to dark. Line up your spar, okay? Now, when you go to put this in there, there's plenty of room for that pocket for you to finagle that wire. That just kind of folded up in there. So y'all saw it just kind of folded up in there. And then just push that into place. Make sure that's not binding anything. Okay. This is actually a very well thought out design here. Something's not. Okay. All right, let me pause that battery. We'll figure this out. All right, I ran into this. After I pause that battery, I want to go ahead. If you look up in there, okay, this is, of course, the bottom of the plane up here. If you look up in there, there's a cavity that runs up in there. Take your finger and fish both of your leads and locking mechanisms in there, and then you won't have any problem. Like I was having a problem with this, not wanting to line up because the wire was binding out here. And you don't want wires to bind. Because if it binds and vibrations, the next thing you know, you've got a short. And then the last control surface you want to not work is your elevator. You don't want to lose your elevator. I mean, I'll lose rudder, I'll use aileron, I'll lose aileron, but I don't want to lose my elevator. At least I can pretty well save the airplane if I got at least one working aileron and an elevator. It's not easy. You know, the chances of crashing and catastrophic failure are very high, but if you lose your elevator completely, that's almost 100% crash. Okay, like I say, those just bottom out. Have a very obvious bottom out point. Don't over tighten them just enough to get them nice and snug. Okay, they're not going anywhere. Okay. All right. Turn the airplane over. This would be a good time, since you've got her turned over, to go ahead and put your fans on. Now, I didn't notice anything in the instructions about what side where. They do kind of, all right, they do fit a certain way. It's obvious how they fit. I don't see anything marked on them though. Okay, they just slide into place. You want to take your wing spar, put that in. Take one of your wing halves. And because you got a quick connect, you don't have to worry about those pesky connections. You know, light to light, dark to dark. Well, that's all taken for you. Now, if you notice that one edge, like the wing doesn't fit in real well on one, but fits well on the other, that's fine. Take the one that fits in well, run your screw in there, get it tight, and then use it as a pivot point for the other one. Okay. This is not that big of an airplane. In my memory, this was a larger airplane, but it's about the same size as, I guess, most of my Avantis, or my sport planes, 80 millimeters. About the size of my Futura, I guess. See, now what I'm doing is, I noticed this one wasn't riding in that well, but this one is, so I put that screw in, taking my arm, pushing down the wing and making that line up a little bit better. This way you just, you know, you're using the physics to your advantage. What I should do, if I was smart, I'd have a pillow down underneath me. We're doing this on a plane stand. So I know I'm probably making little dents in the foam. All right, nice and hand tight. All right. I think it'll be okay. All right. Line that up there. Okay. Okay. And there again, see it kind of lined up okay on this one, but kind of got space in here. So I'm going to use that front one as a pivot point. Well, no, the back one is the one lining up better. All right, well, I'll put that back one in, get it good and secured. Now what you can do is put my body up there, make sure that's up, and if you gotta use your leg, whatever you gotta do to get that first screw lined up. Get bite. All right, well, that's in there. See, now I can use that as a pivot to kind of see that gap right there. That gap. Now I can use that pivot now to pull that gap in and anchor that wing down. All right. Yeah. Of course, how am I going to do this now? All right. I'll do it this way. And we'll just kind of pull in on this wing a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I should have this on a plane stand, I know. And I don't have an excuse, I got plane stands all over the place. I just didn't grab one. Come on. Get it to line up for me. Alright, I'm going to have to grab a plane stand after all, like I should have. Alright. Alright, now, grab that wing. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, I hope we didn't lose anything. Alright. wing up. There's always going to be one that's going to give you a problem. But you'll be able to tell because you'll feel that resistance through your screwdriver. Yeah, see. Remember, it's okay to kind of anchor down, crank down a little bit on that because you are going into a metal housing. Don't go too much. All right, folks. Now I'm not going to hook up the elevator yet. I won't do that until I do the radio setup, which will be next. Okay, there's a canopy here somewhere. Okay. All right, folks, that is basic, very basic build of the the X-Fly Sirius 80mm sport jet. Now, one nice thing, looky here. Look, right through there. All that inlet. Now, see, this gripes me, okay? Not about this plane. You got this nice hard plastic structure protecting that inlet, right? Okay? They took the time to do that. Okay, protecting that inlet. But you take an FMS sport plane. Well, shoot. Can't dig it out right now. And its inlet is just base foam. It's going to get all dinged up. That just irks me. And you've got one cheater here, and the inlet's here. And if I remember right, this thing has a really great sound to it. All right, well, there you go, folks. That is the basic build of the X-Fly Sirius 80mm sport jet. The next video will be the radio setup. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Banana Hobby, thank you for the plane. Hopefully I'll get a maiden soon if my health and weather cooperate. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. The Jets.